Good afternoon, everyone. I just wanted to. I watched an interesting documentary the other day about the Ku Klux Klan, and believe it or not, I'm really into that stuff. And it sparked my attention because I've always wanted to say this. Why do the blacks have to complain? Okay? I've done videos on this before, but it got me thinking again. Why do we complain? You know, I could understand the people back in the 60s, the 50s, and how they did the segregation stuff. And if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm removing. I've got notifications coming down, but I could understand maybe the blacks of the 50s and 60s, and possibly into the 70s, complaining about struggling, segregation, all this, because they actually lived it. Okay? We don't have to live it right now as a black society. My view on the whole thing is, if you feel oppressed, if you feel that you're not getting ahead, just like I think it was a baseball player or a football player, said that he feels like a slave in sports. Well, dude, if you don't want to feel like a slave, get out of the sports, get out of where you are. Okay, no one is making you stay. Well, you're probably in there by a contract, but nobody's making you stay in your current situation. That's totally up to you. But you can choose your own destiny. People that are so-called in this hood life, oh, we can't make it out of the hood. Why? Because of this, and this. And they oppress themselves. We can't, we're too poor, we're too this, we're too that. Okay, I was not raised in the hood. But I know that if I had the chance, I would leave. If I was in that situation, any situation I've been in homeless shelters, okay? My thing is not to stay in a homeless shelter. If I know that I can get out and find an apartment, find a place to live, I'm going to do it. Okay? And I'm going to look at my selections of where I'm going to live. I'd like to stay away from the slums. I just don't put myself there. Okay? People that have, just like I have a friend in Tennessee who was my apartment manager. He lived in a poor part of Tennessee. He lived in a project. He was white. Okay? This guy, he's retired now probably, but he was a manager of an apartment complex. Okay, he lived in such and such projects, but he did not let that determine his fate. He rose above that. So you can't... The reason why you want to live in that current situation is because that way, maybe you're trying to get attention. Oh, I live in the slums. I live in the hood. This is how we roll in the hood. And you're almost like you're proud of that. So if you're going around with your video camera, recording that you're in the hood and showing people fights and stuff, and don't be complaining about staying where you are. One person should do a video of them going from the hood, living in the hood, getting out of the hood, going somewhere else. Making a better life instead of staying in the hood. Oh, this is where we live. This is how we live. This is what we do. This is blah, blah, blah. And the reason why you can't get a job is because of the way you guys act. There's plenty of things you can do outside. There's plenty of things you can do outside your neighborhood if you choose to stay there. You could get a decent job. You could get your own apartment away from your current situation. But there are a lot of people, I will say, who can't leave. But instead of going around glorifying that stuff, instead of going around glorifying the hood, instead of going around whatevering, try to make your neighborhood better. Try like Chicago. Oh, we need to make our neighborhoods better. Are you really trying to do that? Are you really trying to make your neighborhoods better, or are you just saying that just to hear yourself talk? You have got to rise above yourself. You have got to get out from where you are if you want to indeed get out from where you are. Stop blaming the white man because they're not enslaving you. If you think that the white man is enslaving you, go out and get a job working for a black guy. Start your own business. But do not blame other people for your mistakes, for the way you live right now, because the only person that is responsible for the way you live is you. Oh, my kids keep on getting killed by guns. Well, whose fault is that? That's not my fault. That's not the white man's fault. That's not Donald Trump's fault. It's your fault. Pay more attention to your kids.